The last video for Unit 4 is going to cover fossils, fossil record, and structures. Now, there are two different kinds of structures we look at when determining if two organisms are related. They're called homologous structures, and already you guys know what homo means, so that means structures that are the same. There are analogous, which, like an analogy, are similar to one another. And there are vestigial. And the way that we have discovered all of these different structures is through either fossils or modern day science, such as common vestigial structure in humans today is our appendix. We're entirely unsure of what the appendix does. We're under the impression that at some point it released a chemical that was necessary for digestion, but right now it usually just gets inflamed, explodes, and causes appendicitis, and you have to get it removed. Miss Humphreys doesn't have hers. Homologous structures and analogous structures are usually found more in fossils and in modern day skeletons of different organisms. So, fossil records are able to tell us geological changes over time. So not only, like you learned in sixth grade, do you have different layers of the earth, and those layers of the earth are made up of different things, but in those layers you're going to find different fossils. So at the beginning of origin, you're going to find things like trilobites that were super basic, all the way to the top where you're going to find a human skeleton that is super complex and has lots of different structures to it and lots of different specializations to it. And in between there, you're going to increase complexity. It gets more difficult / complex / intricate / detailed. We go from a simple trilobite all the way to a human body. And it gets more complex as we go because layers of time just keep adding. So there's another genre, there's another generation, there's another generation, there's another century, there's another millennia. And now we have humans up here at the top. So the fossil record allows us to watch how organisms got more complex. But we're also able to compare through, let's say, layer 3 and layer 6, 4, 5, 6, have different organisms that have structures that either look similar, analogous, or identical. Homologous. Some homologous structures in humans are the shape of our arm, the ulna, radius, ulna, radius, wrist bones, phalanges. Those are all very similar to that of both a whale, a bat. This is a very common structure for an appendage, is the human organism. Now, the thing that made us special is that opposable thumb, right? We're the only ones that got that bad boy over here, so that made us kind of extra bougie. But we do all have a similar structure. If you look at a whalebone, it will look similar to this. If you see a bat, it's going to look similar to this. And those are homologous structures where we have the same structure found in different organisms. And we can see that through the fossil record, tracing back similar characteristics for common ancestors, proving evolution through fossils, modern day observations, and homologous, analogous, and vestigial structures.